OAWALKER here from AndroidTech.com, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Asus Nexus 7. This is Google's first Nexus tablet. This is a 7-inch tablet that was recently released like a month or two ago. We're going to be taking a look at it. I've had some time to use it. First of all, we're going to start off with the hardware, then get into some of the software and some of the features I want to show you. So let's take a look at the hardware first. Like I just said, it's a 7-inch screen, and this screen is a LED backlit IPS display, so it's really nice. The colors will be nice and bright, and you get great viewing angles on it as well. The resolution is 800 by 1280. It's a nice high definition display, and also because it's a 7-inch screen, it's a lot smaller display. You get a nice higher pixel density, which is great. Okay, at the top here you got a front facing camera, and it does have a rear facing camera, you know, just to keep costs down, because this is only like a $200 tablet or £200 tablet, whatever current currency you're in. The camera in the front is a 1.2 megapixel camera. This is mainly used for like video calling through Skype and maybe in a Google Hangout or anything like that. But you can, if you wanted to use this camera as like to take normal pictures, you can't do that, but there's applications on the marketplace that you could download, so you could take pictures using the front facing camera and video and all of that good stuff. So that's all good. Powering the device is NVIDIA's latest Tegra 3 processor. This is the quad-core processor. It's clocked in at 1.3 gigahertz and could chew through pretty much anything, and it also has a 1 gigabyte of RAM. Even though the processor is not clocked at let's say for example the HTC One X, it still can handle pretty much anything, so it's still pretty much a beast of a processor, and you get access to all of those Tegra applications that are optimized for the Tegra processor, so you get pretty cool, amazing graphics that you wouldn't see in normal applications, which is great. And it also features other things like NFC, accelerometer, gyroscope and other stuff. Just want to show you a quick demonstration of this NFC technology and how it is. So we got a web page on my S3, which is just open up, and I'll transfer this page from the S3 to the Nexus 7. You just kind of put it on the back and you just tap it, and it automatically sends and opens up and then new tab on your Nexus 7. So that's a great feature. And also it's going to walk you through the device now. I'm going to show you what else is on there. You got at the side here, the right hand side, you got your power button, and you got your volume rocker right here, which is very nice. And it's raised slightly, so it's kind of easy to press, but it's kind of, the buttons are on the slope on the side, so it can be a little bit tricky to press the buttons at time, but for the most part it works pretty well, and you could easily identify where the buttons are. Oops. And on the left hand side we have nothing other than a microphone, and at the bottom you got the micro USB port and the 3.5mm headphone jack, and at the top you got nothing other than another microphone. And on the back you have the Nexus logo, and you got this kind of nice material in the back. It's kind of it has this kind of like a grippy kind of feel to it, so it feels very nice, and you're able to hold it very nice in the hand. And also you have this kind of like silver kind of ring on around it, which kind of makes it look a lot nicer, and kind of doesn't make it look too plain or anything like that. It really does make it kind of like stand out. But overall the build quality is very, very nice. It's very solid, and it feels very solid in the hand. Even if you drop it without the case, I think it should survive, and it has like a good weight to it as well. So say for example you're reading a book or you're watching movies, browsing the internet, you could easily do that one-handed while you're in bed or anything like that, and your hand won't really get tired, or you won't need to use two hands to hold or anything like that. So they've pretty much done that perfectly. When it comes to weight and how it feels in the hand, it feels great in the hand. And yeah, that's about it. And we've got the speakers down here as well. See, just got one speakers, but the speakers on here are surprisingly good. The audio is very loud, and managed to hear it perfectly fine. It's not the best speakers in the world, but it's still pretty decent. And you got the Asus logo here at the bottom as well. And that covers pretty much the hardware of the tablet. Now we're just going to move straight into the software now. Okay, so now that we've taken a look at the hardware, we're going to get straight into the software. And this is what the lock screen looks like. You got this kind of nice kind of like lock screen. Hey, you can unlock straight into Google Now, or just unlock it normally. And then one thing that I did notice, that is the time here. well, because the time is here, they kind of remove the time from the upper right hand corner that's in the notification bar. So as soon as you unlock it, the time comes back, which is a nice cool feature that they've added in. And yep, this is the home screen. This is what it looks like. It runs buttery smooth, no lag whatsoever. You can see just buttery smooth. That's thanks to Project Butter to eliminate lag. The operating system is running at 60 frames per second, so you shouldn't see any lag when kind of scrolling between home screens in the menu system, and opening applications and in applications as well. So that's really nice that they've added it. That's just some of the new features that are in Android 4.1, which this tablet is running. Is the latest version of Android 4.1.1, I think, Jelly Bean. And it runs buttery smooth, no issues whatsoever. And that's one thing to bear in mind as well, because this is the Google tablets, you will receive updates here first. So as soon as, say for example, a new version of Android is being released, 5.0, you get it on your tablet or any Nexus device first. So this is one of the advantages of getting this tablet over any other tablets. And yep, I'm just going to take a look at the notification bar at the top, because it's changed slightly, the design is changed. You have the time, you got the date, you could lock the rotation, and you could go straight into settings from here. And you got this kind of like nice bottom bar here, which kind of glows blue as you touch it, with your Wi-Fi signal, your Wi-Fi name they connected to at the bottom. And we're just going to jump into settings and see what that looks like. You see, you got the different categories. You got Wi-Fi, you got wireless and networks, device, personal, accounts, and all of that good stuff. So actually, let's jump into About Tablet and show you. So you see, you got Android 4.1.1. You got Jelly Bean, and you can get these old jelly beans you can mess about with. And you see like your background in the background. And yep, this is just a quick look at it. Get back out of this. And another thing I wanted to show you was Google Now. So to activate Google Now, you just kind of hold on the home button at the top, bottom, and you kind of drag it up to Google Now, and that brings it up. Google Now is kind of like a voice recognition program, and it kind of stores, say for example you got work in the morning at 8 o'clock, you could put that in here and it will schedule it every morning and kind of send you reminders that you have to go to work at this time. If you don't leave now, you're going to be late. Or if you want to go to the gym or anything like that, you could all put that in here, and that will kind of sort everything out for you and notify you when that event is about to happen, so you don't miss it. And you also have the search button as well. So what's the weather in London today?
The forecast for London today is 26 degrees and mostly sunny.
So you've seen that works very, very well, and it's kind of works fast as well. And another thing to note is the voice isn't kind of robotic-y, and it just sounds, the voice sounds very natural and kind of fluent, just like you're talking to another person, which is very, very great. Let's test some other stuff out. Search Jelly Bean, and it brings up a search for Jelly Bean in Google, and it just gives you a search result. You can click on anything you want. Let's find something else. Let's search for something else. Find the nearest pizza place, and then it will bring up the location and kind of tell you where the nearest pizza place is. You could open up the map and stuff like that. So you could just go straight into Google search by scrolling down. So it works pretty well. Yep, that's just a quick look at Google Now. And if you notice down here, it has those buttons, the on-screen buttons. There's no physical buttons at the bottom. So you have the back button, the home button, and the multitasking button right here to kind of access everything. And this constantly stays at the bottom of your screen no matter what. So that's a really nice feature to have. And you can see this is the multitasking menu. It runs very, very fast. And yep. And another thing I just want to go through is this tablet is designed around the Google Play. So when you get this tablet, you do get like £15 if you're in the UK. If you're in the US, you get $25 to spend, which is very nice to spend on anything you want in the Google Play, whether that's movies, books, applications, games, anything you want, you could go on there and spend. And like I said, this tablet is designed around Google Play, so it's designed for reading books, watching movies, browsing the internet, and you know, all of that stuff that's around the Google Play. So you can see you got like your recommended applications here. So this is the book application that I just wanted to show you really quickly. So let's open up this one. So just to show you what the book experience is like, because this is very important, because this is maybe one of the main reasons why you might get this tablet. So you could kind of scroll across. You got like the front cover here, and you got all of this good stuff. As you scroll across, contents page, and then it starts. You can see how clear the text is. Don't think you could zoom in. I think there is some options, but you can see how smooth everything is, and it's very easy to read as well. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, it's very easy to hold with one hand and just read through all your books and stuff like that. Same goes for movies. And another cool thing is when you actually get the tablet, you do get one free movie, and this is Transformers Dark Moon. You get it completely free to watch whatever you want, and it is in high definition, and it does look pretty nice. So to give you a quick preview of that.
They must have picked up that fuel rod.
Don't want to play too much of it, but you get a general idea of how it looks. It had kind of nice cinematic mode. It looks very nice, and it looks really good in high definition. So that's just one of the another bonus that you get with buying this tablet. And you do have other movies that you could rent as well. Good selection of movies. Okay, and another thing that I wanted to touch on was the battery life. This battery is a 4,325 milliamp hour battery, so you get a decent sized battery in there, and it runs pretty good, and it lasts you very long. On average use, I get about 2-3 days with it. Like right now, let's jump in the battery and see how much battery life I've got out of it so far. So I think this has been running for a couple of days now. So look, so far this is with my usage. Your usage may differently, it depends how heavily you use it. I've gotten 3 days, 14 hours and 47 minutes out of it so far, which is just pretty good, and it's still going. I've got 90% left, and I'm still doing this review with it, and it's still chugging along just fine. So you have no problems with battery life with it at all. But I would say with normal use, you get about 2 days around it, 2 going on to 3 days, just depending on how you use it. But like I said, you have no problems with it lasting at least 2 days minimum. So the battery life on it is really good. They've done really great job with the battery life. And let's go back. Another thing I wanted to show you really quickly was the camera. Because you can't actually, there's no application in the that come pre-installed on the tablet for you to access the camera and take pictures. You do need to download a third-party one from the marketplace. This one's completely free, so you could just open up and it just shows you what the front-facing camera and what it looks like. The image quality is pretty good on it. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. You could take videos with it as well. Very nice. And yep, this is what the camera looks like. You download this application free, you can zoom in and all of that good stuff. Like I said, the camera quality is not great, but it's pretty good for video calling and all of that good stuff. And another thing I wanted to show you really quickly was the web browser. So just want to get that loaded up. I'm just going to load up a few pages for you. Because I'm using Chrome, it doesn't have Flash player pre-installed, and there's no way to install it off of Jelly Bean because it's not compatible. But I'm going to show you a little trick to get around it, still to get Flash on there. But if you want to get Flash, you need to download Firefox Beta, and then you could use Google and search on XDA for the APK file Flash, and then you could install it normally, and then you could use Flash. But you have to use Flash with Firefox Beta. It still runs perfectly smooth and fine. I'm going to show you that in a second. So this is what the browsing experience looks like. It's pretty fast. You do have a little bit of lag. The page is still loading a bit. Let's wait for that to finish loading. I think it's finished. You can see scrolling is pretty smooth. It's a slight bit of lag when you're scrolling, just like plain screens, but you can see how fast and responsive it is. It just really works fine. Let's open up a link, see how fast it is. I am over Wi-Fi. Just see how fast and responsive it is, and you can see how the text is as well, because there's a lot of stuff going on the page. There's a lot of Flash stuff as well, and a lot of pictures and stuff. So this is a quick idea, but it's going to show you one more website. So we're just gonna load that up really quickly before I show you Firefox beta and show you how Flash works on it and how you could get Flash on it and all of that good stuff. So let's load up BBC Weather. So you can see how well it runs and how smooth it is and all that good stuff. You see, for the most part, browsing it just works just fine, but the only issue is Flash, and that might be a big issue for some, but like I said, it's not really a problem. I've downloaded Firefox beta, and you could get the APK file off of XDA developers, or if you just Google it, you'll be able to download it and get it for yourself. So we're gonna load up YouTube. Let's go straight into my channel. Like I said, I've got Flash Player installed. I'm just gonna show you just how easy and how good it is. So to activate the plugin, you just tap it. You can see it loads up pretty much straight away, no issues whatsoever. You can zoom in and it, you know, it works pretty fine for the most part. So we could try skip the ad.
Okay, this is OAWALKER from
Let's turn this down a bit so you can see just how it is, and it's running fine in the background. You can scroll up and down. There's not much lag or whatsoever. You can see it just runs pretty smoothly even with Flash, and you don't forget you're using Firefox. So yep, that's just a quick look at Flash and the internet browsing experience and all of that stuff. So just to wrap up, the 8GB model in the UK is £159, the 16GB is £200, and in the US I think it's $200 for the 8GB and $250 for the 16GB. So the price range is very low, price point. It's very affordable as well. And don't forget, you're getting a quad-core processor in here as well, so it could pretty much handle anything you throw at it. In terms of games, applications, it could pretty much handle anything, and it runs buttery smooth. It's definitely worth you picking up. If you have £200 laying about, definitely go pick this up. It's definitely worth it. And another thing to bear in mind is, say for example you have give me a second. Say for example you have a cheaper phone like this, and you really want one of these high-end phones like the Samsung Galaxy S3, but you can't really afford it, or you're tied down in a contract or anything like that. You could pick this up for $200 or $250 and still use this phone just for calling and texting, and you could use this for your Android needs or your Twitter stuff and all of that good stuff. So this is definitely something to consider if you want to do it like that, by keeping your old phone and just using this for all your applications, Twitter, internet browsing and all that good stuff. So that's something to bear in mind. Like I said, it's very much worth it. It performs the same, if not better, than the S3 and the HTC One X and all the other latest smartphones out there. So it's on the top with them in terms of performance. Like I said before, it's designed for the Google Play Store, so it's designed for you to buy books, to buy movies, to buy applications, and spend money on the Google Play Store. So this is what this tablet is designed around, and that's how they're marketing it. And like I mentioned before, it's easy to hold with one hand when reading, watching movies and all of that good stuff. And another good thing about it is updates. If you love updates, definitely get this out. So when Google are ready to release the next operating system or next Mind updates, you receive it first on the Nexus 7 or any Nexus device. That's one of the great advantages about owning a Nexus or a Google tablet or phone, is you get updates first before everyone else, months before anyone else or any other device gets it. So that's one good feature about it. And yep, it's definitely worth the money. It's at a great price point. If you're not looking to spend too much money, like an iPad's £400, this one's only £200. You're spending half the money, and you're getting even better specs, better hardware specs than the iPad or any other tablet that's out there. So it's definitely worth the money, and this is simply the best 7-inch tablet they could get on the market right now. So it's definitely worth it. And yep, that's about it for the review. Don't forget to leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Do you have a Nexus 7 already? Are you happy with it? Are you planning on getting one? Leave all of that in the comments below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. Subscribe for more videos, because I've got do show how gameplay runs on here, and how the Tegra 3 processor copes, and how Tegra 3 processor games look. So if you want to see what that looks like, definitely stay tuned for that, because that's coming up very soon. And yep, that's about it for the video. Thanks for watching. Peace.